Hi there, the Robot Fighter is here. This video is for, it's not a request, but it's a video for a YouTube channel called Katrina's Toy Channel. Now, this video is something very, very interesting to tell you about. But as you know, when you reviewed your Robot H, it's not actually called Robot H. It is actually called Robo Chase. Yes, it's made by Hap-p-kid. He said it's similar to Wall-E by the looks of it, but Mom says that it looks like for the leapfrog thing. She's actually wrong. Since you said that it's made by Hap-p-kid, it is actually confirmed the name to be Robo Chase. I've learned that from Furby Forest. Furby Forest is another YouTube channel, and it said that the robot's name is Robo Chase. However, when you think about it, Robo Chase, Robot H, not the same name, but I think, the name of it is Robo Chase. However, it is made by Hap-p-kid. Instead of walking with those strolling wheels, it actually has wheels and it drives around the place, like you showed, and it moves its head. I'm not sure about the hands, but one of the sound effects that it does can come out of Zoom or Dino by Spin Master. And as you know as well, your Robo Chase was actually, not only you said that it was released in 2010, but it was actually, I think it's Cybertronics. I don't know if it's Cybertronics, I don't know. But Cybertronics is the lineup for Hap-p-kid, where they released their robots for 45-degree turning. Let's start with the basics. The 1996 Mar the Terrible Super Fighter. The Robot Defender, it's called the Remote Robot Defender. Then came Super Fighter Red and Blue. But the first one that I mentioned, the 1996, comes in a variety of colors. There's ones with Try Me and ones with No Try Me. The next ones that came up were the Remote Robot Defenders, which were not only made by Hap-p-kid, they were made by Smart Industrial Group. Smart Industrial Group was the company that made the Rock Along Santas. Then came the Super Fighter, the one that says, I am a Super Fighter. No skirting. That one, 2002. Red and blue. But different variants. I don't know, it's different variants by the scanner, the screen, and the looks of it. Then came the Robot Sergeant with King Titan. Now, if you didn't know how Robot Sergeant and King Titan have the main differences of those, it's by the design, and they're both the same thing, except one's RC and the other one isn't. But with King Titan, he has the electroplated armor, which a metallic finish, as they call it. Hap-p-kid calls it like that. Then came the Robot Sergeant. Robot Sergeant has 4 gens. The first generation was actually all glitter, I suppose. And the second gens were sold in the UK, and it was metallic. Third generation had black limbs, and it holds a turbo fighter gun that doesn't even light up. Fourth gen is like the King Titan style. It's just a plain version. I'm not sure what it looks like, but all these colors come in red and blue. Then there's also the French version of Robot Sergeant, which I've seen in robot demos. The French version does the same thing as the English, but instead it talks French. Then came the Turbo Fighter series. There's 3 gens. The first and third generations have the same phrases, but with different sounds to them. Then the second generation has the voice of the 2002 Super Fighter. And then Hap-p-kid made a huge change between their lineups. How do I know? Because when they released Autotron, the miniature Mars robots, the Ultimate Dino Force series, they made a huge change on that. Turbotron, Super Starrier series. And if you didn't know what Super Starrier is, those are basically knockoff figures of Star Wars. They're not licensed for Star Wars, but they're kind of interesting. I do have a few mini Mars robots in my collection of robots and the Ultimate Dino Force. I have an Iron Man knockoff one that was released for Hasbro, and it's a Marvel licensed. Now that's off topic. But as you know as well, Hap-p-kid released the City Heroes or Rescue Heroes. And of course, Ultimate Dino Force, as I said, there are two variants. The motorized ones and the non-motorized ones. The non-motorized ones, there's a lot of variants of it, which I'm not a fan of those versions. And how do I know that? Because of the design, and they're not, they don't really walk on their own. They just don't do much. They just make sound. The motorized ones are a little bit heavier, and they do more. You can fit a figure in the chest, and it goes, bam, 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 like that music, like that. And I can tell by the looks of it, yeah. The next thing you might notice about those is that there are two versions. There's an outer space model and a version that's not outer space. And as well as, for Turbotron, there's a lot of variants. Canada exclusive, Argentina exclusive, the US exclusives. There's a lot. There's a lot of robots. There's also a Ninja robot released in 2005 by Kid Connection. In the Kid Connection lineup by Hap-p-kid, and it has two motors. One motor controls the walking, while the other motor controls the nunchucks and the gun. Then as well, they released the Rescue Heroes and City Heroes. Those include a fireman that I have, which was my childhood memory. Be sure to watch that video for my story about it. A policeman and a military guy. And also, 2010 made a re-release of them, but they have the different voice, only police and firemen. And as I know that because by the soundtrack, the sounds are the same, different sound effects, but their voices are lower pitched. Yes, their voice are low pitched. Yes, they're low pitched. And they do the same movement, walk and turn 45 degrees, but instead it actually talks differently, and it has a longer sequence than the originals. Since the firefighter from original models, they say, ready for rescue operation, we need to help, let's get moving, we need to clear the area, and all are safe. The 2010 model has an additional effect for Let's Get Moving. It does Let's Get Moving as well, but what's different about this model is that one of the phrases, before it says Let's Get Moving, it says Red Alert twice. Really quickly. Red Alert, let's get moving. I'll be putting in the likes on my channel, that video that I'm talking about. And yeah, we're talking about that. But one more thing before I go, and I'll post this video for you. Robo Chase, like I said, there's also a bootleg of him called Robot Do Not Fall. And it's a copy of him where I think it's bump and go action. But when it goes crazy, it makes scanning sounds and all that. And then it says, fire! And then it shoots the gun. And then I go back to the original way. So it's kind of interesting. It's similar to the Hap-p-kid Robo Chase, but it's a bootleg version of him. I'll be posting that video in my likes as well, so that you can watch it as well. I'll subscribe to your channel so you could see this. This is interesting. And Hap-p-kid may have been out of business, but their toys from years ago, they're still released and they exist in retail stores like Ross, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Bell's, TJ Maxx, Burlington, and stores like that, yeah. Stores that are similar to that, those places, like I said, they have Hap-p-kid robots. except for Bell's. Bell's has them knockoffy, and I can tell by the audio files. But if they went out of business, you may not be able to find them at Walmart or Target. You can only find them at similar stores like Ross and all that. Even China fake versions of Hap-p-kid. Even intelligent ones like disc shooters that are not Hap-p-kid. There's a lot of robots that are made by Hap-p-kid. Other company versions like V-Bot, made by Johnny Lightning and Learning Curve. The Mr. Robot Disc Shooter, Robbie, Space Wiser, Dr. IQ. There's also a Korean model of Space Wiser. Be sure to check that video out because I did find it once and I'll put it in my likes as well. Which is very cool. It's the same thing as the one I said, Space Wiser English model, but it talks Korean, of course. That was off topic, but we were talking about Hap-p-kid robots. Well, I think that's about it for this video. If you want to watch it, this video is sponsored for you. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Thanks for watching and bye.